The world of music has always thrived on spectacle. But what happened recently with Jungkook was not about glittering stages or breathtaking performances. Instead, it was about something raw, unsettling, and heartbreakingly human. The global music scene was shaken to its core by a revelation that no one expected, and even fewer were prepared to face. Jungkook, the golden maknae of BTS, the voice that has carried countless fans through joy and pain, suddenly broke his silence on a problem so heavy that it shattered the carefully built image of strength he had carried for years. Why now? Why did Jungkook choose this very moment to speak? And why did Taehyung, his bandmate, friend, and brother in all but blood, react so swiftly and decisively once those words were spoken? These questions have left ARMY across the globe trembling with emotion, desperate for answers. It began quietly, in the kind of setting that no one expected to become legendary. Without warning, Jungkook confessed to a burden he had been carrying for months, possibly even years. His voice, usually so steady and confident, faltered as he admitted that beneath the flawless performances, the dazzling stages, and the endless expectations, he had been struggling. This was not a casual admission. It was not the kind of offhand remark that gets brushed aside. It was a disclosure loaded with months of silence, bottled-up pain, and unspoken battles. For fans who have followed Jungkook since his teenage debut, the confession hit like a thunderbolt. This was the boy who grew up before their eyes, the young man who transformed into an international superstar, and yet, behind all the light, he had been quietly wrestling with shadows. And then came the question, why reveal it now? The timing alone has fueled endless speculation. Some believe the pressure of global fame, the relentless scrutiny of millions, and the crushing responsibility of being one of the most influential artists alive finally reached a breaking point. Others suggest that Jungkook simply could no longer carry the burden in silence. Whatever the reason, his decision to open up painted a new picture of vulnerability, one that stunned even the most loyal followers. But what happened next was just as shocking. The moment Jungkook's words fell into the world, all eyes shifted to Taehyung. Unlike a passive bystander, Taehyung reacted instantly. He didn't hesitate, didn't wait for managers or staff to step in. He became Jungkook's shield. Reports suggest that Taehyung immediately offered comfort, support, and decisive action that shifted the entire course of the moment. Why did Taehyung move so quickly? Was it pure loyalty, the bond of friendship, or a deeper understanding that Jungkook's revelation was not something that could be left unaddressed? Fans believe it was all three. What made the moment unforgettable was not only Jungkook's trembling honesty, but also the sight of Taehyung stepping forward as if to say, "You are not alone. I won't let you fall." The contrast was stark and unforgettable. Jungkook bearing his fragility, while Taehyung exuded strength and stability. It was a snapshot that captured the very essence of their bond, one breaking under the weight of hidden struggles, the other rushing in to bear part of that weight. The fandom, ARMY, was devastated. Social media platforms exploded with messages of support and heartbreak. Fans confessed that they cried openly, unable to watch the unfolding scene without feeling a deep ache in their hearts. Many described a sense of helplessness, wanting to protect Jungkook from the pain he revealed, while also being grateful that Taehyung was there to catch him when he stumbled. But the question lingers. What exactly was the problem Jungkook admitted to? Speculation has run rampant. Some say it's the suffocating pressures of fame, the endless cycle of scrutiny and expectation that leaves little room for rest or humanity. Others whisper about personal dilemmas or unresolved conflicts that have haunted him behind the glitter of stardom. No one knows for sure. Yet one thing is undeniable. Jungkook would not have spoken if it weren't something serious, something that demanded attention. And Taehyung's immediate action proved it. His intervention wasn't casual. It wasn't simply about patting a shoulder or saying it'll be fine. It was urgent, decisive, and filled with the weight of someone who understood the gravity of the situation. Observers have described his response as both emotional and strategic, comfort laced with practicality, empathy balanced with action. This is not the first time Taehyung has been a protector for his members, but this moment stands out because of its rawness and intensity. The swiftness of his actions told fans that what Jungkook revealed could not be ignored, not even for a second. The fallout was overwhelming. Across continents, ARMY poured their emotions into messages of love, prayers, and solidarity. They shared stories of how Jungkook had saved them through his music, vowing now to stand by him in his darkest hours. The collective grief and support from fans underscored just how deeply BTS's connection with their followers runs. But beyond the heartbreak lies a bigger truth. Jungkook's revelation was not weakness, it was courage. In choosing to open up, he broke the illusion of perfection and reminded the world that even idols are human. His trembling words were a plea for understanding, but also a statement of strength, that vulnerability itself can be a form of power. Taehyung's response only amplified that message. By acting immediately, he showed the importance of solidarity, that when one member falters, another steps in. This dynamic, fragile yet strong, personal yet universal, is what makes BTS more than just a group. They are a family. The questions for the future are many. Will Jungkook share more about the struggles he faces, or was this a single rare glimpse into his hidden battles? Will Taehyung's quick response spark a new era of openness within the group, where members not only lean on each other, but do so publicly, reminding the world that their bond transcends music? And most importantly, how will ARMY, already shaken to their core, channel their emotions to support the ones they love so dearly? What's clear is that this is not a moment that will fade with time. The image of Jungkook's honesty paired with Taehyung's protective embrace has carved itself into the memory of millions. It is a story of fragility met with strength, of silence broken and friendship proved. International media has already picked up the story, analyzing its significance not as gossip, but as a revelation of the human side of fame. Commentators agree that beneath the glamour, there are cracks, real struggles that cannot be ignored. And perhaps that is why ARMY's tears are not just for Jungkook's pain, but for the recognition that no amount of fame can protect someone from being human. At its core, this is more than a headline. It is a reminder that vulnerability can be powerful, that loyalty can be life-saving, and that even the strongest idols need someone to lean on. Jungkook's revelation and Taehyung's unwavering response have become a symbol of courage and brotherhood. The lingering question remains, what happens next? Will Jungkook's burden find resolution, or is this just the beginning of a larger, more painful journey? No one knows for certain. But one thing is clear. The world is watching, hearts trembling, waiting for what comes after this storm. For now, the image remains burned into memory. Jungkook, the boy who became a star, finally admitting his hidden pain, and Taehyung, his brother in arms, stepping forward to shield him. A moment of truth, heartbreak, and love that ARMY will never forget.